Hey, what's going on, guys? I wanted to do a quick video for Nathan. He sent me a saber. As many of you know, I've been trying to catch up, and this is one I finished relatively recently, and I wanted to show it off real quick. He's been super patient. He was one that he got in touch with me for a while ago. This is one that he had sent me, and I did the full install. Didn't do the etching. I don't do etching yet. It's a skill, one of the skills that I need to learn in the many lists of skills when doing lightsaber builds. That's just on the list. But I believe this etching, and I want to say it feels like it, just from my experience, feels like this is done by Pete at Bad Batch Etching, which Pete used to be Pete's Powder Emporium, but now I think he goes by Bad Batch Etching. But I love the Old Republic etch. Is so beautiful. It's one of my favorite symbols in all of Star Wars, and the designs are really intricate and beautiful. And then you got Mudhorn in there, if you can see it on each side. Continues there, and I'm a huge fan of this blue wrap. Normally I don't go for any color wraps. Nathan, I made you a blade plug. It was kind of, I tried to brass it with some what you call it, with some rub and buff. I don't have any powder coating or anything like that, but I made it kind of match the weathering of this, and everything looks good anyways. I think it's one of my favorite that complements the saber. One of my favorite plugs. I have the same one in my Orgus Den. I just think they look really cool when they're in the flagships. Yeah, look at that. These two beauties, man. Both of them done by Pete, actually. Pete's Powder Emporium. Or I'm sorry, Pete's Bad Batch Etching. I believe both are done by him. And I forget, this is the aluminum one, and this is the brass one. I forget how much weight comes with the brass. This thing's got some, it's got some weight to it. Right off the bat, I'm gonna go ahead and open it up and show you how to use it. Nathan, it's very simple. This is a Goth chassis, I believe. Sorry guys, I got scatterbrain. It's been one heck of a month for me and counting. Yeah, Goth 3D chassis from Shapeways. I believe the store from KR Sabers, you got pretty much everything from there. So you got your CFX board tucked in there, right? 18650 battery, 28mm full range speaker from Smugglers Outpost, and then just to show you real quick, you just pull from here. Your positive end is the button top, flat top's the negative. Flat top is going to be this spring-like piece, like peg, and then positive is towards the speaker on the little button. The buttons line up, so you just slide that in there, and then
I will give my life to protect the child, but he will not be safe until he masters his abilities.
Slap that in there. Now, something I like to do if I don't have anything to close off a fully enclosed speaker is I have some of this tape that I like to wrap around my speakers. And the reason I do that is because it makes the sound just crazy good. I don't care. People probably always talk about that, like tape on a chassis or a speaker or whatever. It's not, you know, you're not trying to show off a really nice chassis. Why not make the sound just incredible? Because it is loud. This thing I turned down to 75%, and it is still stinking loud. It sounds really good. So you got your activation button is right here, the dome, recessed. And then your tactile right here is your auxiliary, which was a pain in the butt. I just ran into a lot of problems with it. That's what you wanted, man, and so I wanted to do that for you. I may not do that again. I feel like Rob's 2-switch tactile buttons on a flagship is the best route to go, but you know, you never know. Anyways, power. This sucker is loud. Again, I turned it down. So you got shine through in the vents, under the shrouds. And one thing I did for this blade plug was I drilled out your center so you can have a center type of shine through also. This is the Rescue by K-Sith. Looks so freaking good, man. I really love this saber. This is one of the ones that as soon as I got it and I opened it up, I was like, this is by far one of the prettiest sabers I've come across this desk. I'll go ahead and put that blade in there. Retention, you'll feel it bounce. I made it to where it was very, you got to push it down and then lock it. So as soon as you untighten it, it's going to bounce out, and then it will just slide out easy peasy. Which looks pretty good. You got just a TCSS neopixdel connector. So a 1-inch blade, 1-inch blade. So pretty much any 1-inch blade will do. Nathan asked me to put on a bunch of fonts since he was so patient, and I'm just an awesome customer. I put on as many as I had. Nathan, I think I missed only like 2 or 3 that you have that you can put on yourself when you get it. I'll walk you through it. It's very simple and it's really good to learn for those of you who don't know or are terrified of learning how to change your fonts and everything like that. Customizing your sound card, learning the configuration on the CFX or any board, really. That's the #1 most customizable thing you will probably ever do with sabers, is mess with the sounds, the parameters, all that stuff. Nathan, I set you up how I like all my sabers, and I threw on a unstable blade effect. Don't have the sequel villain that you, for some reason I should have it because I've reviewed it and Aaron's a friend of mine, so I don't know where it's at. It's probably on another SD card, but I put flame blade style for you, so whenever you put it on, you can do that. So power, it's just again the dome. I'm trying not to hit this thing so much because it's so beautiful. I don't want to mess it up any. Do a different color. Spectrum, I have you set up to press your auxiliary and twist the saber.
Spectrum.
Should say spectrum, and then you can go to your color wheel and you'll just twist. So right there. Let's go with the yellow. Oh, this looks good in the yellow. Gotta have that green if we're on rescue, right? Oh, this saber feels so good. And tip drag, put it down. I am such a sucker for Rescue by K-Sith. It's the power-ons, the power-offs, they just get me. Alright. The Bane by Lord Blocko.
Spectrum.
When you gotta do the Bane, you gotta have it purple. Right?
General Kenobi.
This is the bold one.
Hello there.
Yeah, that's a good power on.
Hello there.
Oh, this one I haven't reviewed yet. This is Stardust, Project Stardust, by my dude Jesse, Cyberphonic Fonts. Super cool. It's a Death Star inspired sound font. I haven't really done any sound font reviews, as you guys have known. It's been quite a minute. I haven't really had the time. Hopefully I'll get back to it, but it's just one of those things where Avalanche, man, I've got so many fonts to review. People ask me to review fonts. For those of you who have reached out to me and I was like, yeah, totally, and I didn't get back to you, I'm so sorry. I've got to, once I get rid of all these commissions and kind of breathe for a second, I might go ahead and do like a week of just running through fonts that I need to, I want to review, but it's one of those things where it's just finding the time, you guys. All right, let's get that Death Star. Here we go. Oh, classic. Oh, the lockup is really cool, Jesse. Force wave. That's beautiful. Oh, that's beautiful. I really do enjoy that. Little Green Friends, one of my favorites. This is by Cyberphonic Font. One of my favorite power-ons. Boom. Tuscan Terminator. Tuscan Terminator is always good. I mean, look how cool that is. Gorgeous, man. Cannot go wrong with that.
Darth Malak.
Darth Malak.
This is not unexpected.
You know what? I'll show you how to do. I'm pretty sure you probably already know, Nathan. But in order to get the blade style, press the auxiliary and twist, and keep holding it.
Spectrum. Blade profile.
And you'll go to blade profile. So you really only have two on here. This one, and then there's your blade profile. So switch over, just roll over to it, press the auxiliary, and there you go. It's a little. Kind of hard to see sometimes on camera, but it's unstable for you. That way, whenever you put that on there, you'll have that blade style.
Sound bank selection. Darth Revan.
Darth Revan.
Dark Lord of the Sith. Light and dark exist in perfect balance.
This is Grand Legacy by Force Effects.
Taking a life affects the living force.
Oh my goodness. I mean, that just looks... It looks so good. I love it.
Went over my helmet?
Alright. The Spaceballs won.
Yogurt! I hate yogurt! Even with strawberries! How many assholes we got on this ship anyhow? Well, why don't we take a 5-minute break? Smoke if you got 'em.
Welcome, young Skywalker.
Daddy issues, and then I'm gonna call it there. Just, you know, there's other ones, but
there is still good in him.
If you will not turn to the dark side, then perhaps she will.
You couldn't bring yourself to kill me before, and I don't believe you'll destroy me now.
You have good work.
let's call it off that on the blade profile, the blade demo here. Really love this hilt. It's just, I mean, the color combination, the brass, the etch on it. I mean, this is a gorgeous hilt. This is a display like showpiece, man. Yeah, it's got some weight to it. There you are, Nathan. Thank you so much for being patient, man. Like, I cannot stress that enough, you guys. Everyone who has a commission with me and has just gone just above and beyond in the patience realm, because for a lot of you know, this is not my daytime, full-time gig is, you know, doing this. I do them, it takes me a while to do them. So if my real life gets busy, then this is not my priority. I know that sounds horrible, but it's one of those things where it's like, hey, if you're gonna, you know, if you're gonna get with me on a commission, you know, I'm not a factory machine. I'm always looking forward to doing them. It's just a matter of, like, you know, when I can dedicate. Sometimes there's some snags. Again, this last month has been out of the ordinary. I got a lot of ballparks thrown my way that I didn't account for, so I am glad that I stopped taking commissions, because people would just wait a lot longer, and I don't want that. I never want anyone to wait longer than they have to, but that's just the name of the game sometimes, you guys. Sometimes these things can, you know, hiccups can happen, parts can be missed, and then that's another week. You know, might have to order something. I mean, it's just, there's a lot of variables. So this is me, again, just saying thank you so much to all of you who have patience, especially you, Nathan. I really appreciate it. So I'll get this sent out to you soon, my dude. I'm about to take some glams. I'm gonna glam it and slam it, because this thing is just beyond worthy of a glam and slam session. So, all right, guys, thank you so much, and until next time, may the force be with you.
scruffy looking.